Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Clayrammage, back again. Another Goodwill bins haul today, which is what we do in the winter here. And I have not done much thrift store shopping because, I've just not been finding very much stuff when I do go. In fact, most of the time I leave without anything. So, and maybe it's just me being cheap, not wanting to spend more money than what I would at the bins. But anyway, who knows? But we're looking forward to garage sale season coming up. Here should start in a couple months in Minnesota. We have to wait for the snow to get done, which we're expecting a major snowstorm coming up between tonight and tomorrow. So, hey, welcome to winter still. All right, let's just get into this haul. This is the fragile item today. It's a beautiful collie. In wonderful condition, no chips or cracks. And this is it's marked on the bottom, P. Kent, and then what I assume is the model number. So yeah, just a beautiful dog. Dogs sell well in many forms like this, and because look at that face, isn't that awesome? So that's why I picked it up. Thought it was great. These are the coolest coasters. Look at these. There's 5 of them. There probably was originally 6, but I could only find 5 in the bins. Aren't these great? So iconic of the 1970s. Those will go down to the pink elephant. Or do I'll probably list them on eBay. I don't know. Sometimes that's the dilemma, is trying to figure out where the best place to put it. Whether I put it on eBay or whether I put it down at the pink elephant. I did pick up a number of books today, so we'll go through those in a minute. And I actually got to the bins late today. It's Monday. And that's okay though. We found some good stuff. Not too much, but some good stuff. My friend Brad was there and found these, and he knows I like these frames. These are made in Italy. They're stamped on the back. This one is not, so it's hard to tell, but it's possible it's another Italian. Now these have been spray painted white. They would have originally been brass. But I've sold others like this too, and they're now at the distress stage where the paint is chipped off. So people like that look as well. So we will get those listed, because that's a nice grouping of 3. Typically I try to do it in odd numbers. All right, let's go through a few books. This is the Pocket Hymnal. It's just a little hymnal, and it's only the words, it's not the music. This was published locally here in Minneapolis by the Lutheran Free Church Publishing Company. It's called the Pocket Hymnal. And I collect hymnals, especially old hymnals, so that'll go into my collection. Then I found this book. This is the Reeves Bible History Illustrated, so it's got illustrations on it. History of the Holy Bible, Old and New Testaments, Moral and Instructive Reflections, but there's no date. It's published in New York. Some of the illustrations. Based on the book, I would say it's circa 1900, based on the printing and the style of the cover. So that was a nice one. This is a Rudyard Kipling book, Plain Tales from the Hills. This one also does not have a date. There is one of these listed by this same publisher, and I don't know why I was thinking it was like $50. Although I don't believe this book is worth that. It's many times, if there's none listed, people will list theirs high because it's the only one available. So somebody's really looking for it, they'll pay a higher price. And this one is not in too good a condition. The worst thing is it's got a rip in the back cover. Here, the internal pages are good, but the cover's in a little rough shape. Okay. The Tale of Flopsy Bunny by Beatrix Potter. I picked this up because we're approaching Easter. These are great for little Easter vignettes if you're decorating your home. So pick that one up. This one is in amazing condition. And it's Yumpin Yimini with a Y, Yumpin, not jumpin'. It's Scandinavian dialect selections. It says, somebody did write their name in the front. But this is actually published in 1932. But look at the cover. And for a paperback, it's in amazing condition. Except for, I think it got crunched in the bins. So there's a few bent pages that, you know, if we keep it compressed for a little while, those will flatten out. But I love the graphics. I love the little cars on there. Just fun. Very 1930s design. So yeah, so again, this one, I think it was $40. Somebody had it listed. No. This one was $15. There's one listed for $15. None sold. Let's see. Oh, the other thing found were 2 packages, new of these. These are brand new sealed packages. Sometimes I'll pick up these, although I tend to not deal too much in modern stuff. But these are 2 Panasonic nozzles for your you know, like flossing kind of thing. These sell for $10 to $12, brand new, and they weigh hardly anything. So I thought, well, that's a quick, easy list. I got 2 of them, multiple quantity listing. Okay, the other thing I was excited about was I found some switch plate covers. These are actually ceramic, and these are by the All Fired Up company based out of Ontario, Canada. So there's this one, which is a leaf, and these sell for $10 to $15 on eBay. There's some beautiful, what look like daisies. This one is awesome, the dragonfly. That one I'll ask a little more for. I'll probably ask $15 for that one. And these other 2 probably. Well, the leaves, there was one that sold for only $5 on an auction, but I'll list these for like probably $9.99 and $12.99. And then this one, $14.99. But then we have a double with the hearts. Wouldn't that look great in a bedroom? I think that'd be sweet for a little bedroom. Then we have this and this. So those 4 were from All Fired Up company. This is from the Salt Marsh Pottery. You need to learn to slow down, then I won't slur my words as bad. And they also have a number of switch plate covers that have sold. So again, this is $15 plate. Nice flowers on there. And then it also included with that were in the bag were these copper wall switch plates that are grapes. So there's 2 that are doubles and 1 that's a single. Wouldn't those be great if you had a little wine tasting room, or even in your, you know, if you have a, you could put those in your man cave as wall plates. So those are kind of fun. I don't know if those have any value or anything, but I thought they were fun. All right, back to some books. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I've actually sold this book before. This is the 1943 edition. You know, this is a $5 to $10 book. Hold on, my wife's calling me. Okay, I'm back. All right, so this book, Bloomington on the Minnesota. This is actually a book about the town of Bloomington, Minnesota, which is not far from me here at all. So it was put out for Bloomington's bicentennial, which is cool, 1976. So it talks about all the different events and history of Bloomington. And since it's so close, and I know a number of people that live in Bloomington, that would be a fun book. And then I'll probably put it down at the Pink Elephant since it's a local piece. Now these were kind of interesting. I found this parachuter's log. Like, that's interesting. And then it has inside a parachute manual, parachuting manual. So it talks about all the different parts of the parachute and those types of things. Now, what's interesting is my wife's uncle used to, during the Vietnam War, he packed parachutes. You know, put them in the little thing so when you pull the drawstring, they come out right. So that was quite interesting. And then I also found this book, which is a pilot's log book. Now, this has not been used. That parachuter's log has been used and is filled in, but this flight book hasn't been used. So I thought, well, that could be sold as a new flight book if somebody wanted to use it as a log book. So I just thought those were interesting. And speaking of interesting, this is another one, and I'm gonna have to do some more research on this. It's actually a Latin, talks about Latin. Lucretius, yeah, whatever. This was actually a guy's name, and this book was is about his writings, from what I understand. This particular edition is copyright of 1907, which is another great interesting fact about it. Some of these books go for really big money, but I couldn't find this exact one. So I will have to continue to research that to figure out exactly what kind of value that might have. Sherlock Holmes. This is the Sherlock Holmes series, volume 2. Let's see. 1892 copyright, Harper Brothers. So it has a number of his stories in here. And this, I believe, at one point was a library book. I think you can see why I think that, because it says George Public Library. I don't know who George, oh, I didn't realize this. It's missing pages at the end. And I think I left these pages at the bins because I remember seeing some loose pages. So, all right. Well, that becomes something for me to read then, I think. Oh, and I did find one book. It's a children's book that apparently, from what I can tell in the brief research that I've done, is pretty rare and worth considerably more than I ever would have thought it would be worth. So we'll get to that in just a few minutes. This is Thomas Bewick. He was from what I understand, he was a artist, did engravings, and this 42 engravings by Thomas Bewick. This is actually an essay about him by another person. He was an Englishman, Thomas Bewick. So this is Thomas Bewick from 1753 to 1828, an essay by Llewellyn Powys. So it's an illustrated book, 1954. And again, I could not find anything on this book. This book, great pictures and their stories. This is book 3 by Lester. This was actually the series of these talking about artwork. It's a young adult series. So they would give you different major works of art and then tell you about it and about the artist. And there was a whole series of these. And they're great pictures. And they're actually, these books are quite desirable. It looks like they're $8 to $10 each. So that's a great thing for a kid's book. I picked this up because we love tennis at our house. We love Snoopy at our house. So to have Snoopy and tennis in the same book, I thought it was great. So it's all of Snoopy's tennis cartoons, which I thought was great. And this was from 1979, I believe. Yep, 1979, the year I graduated high school. Wilbur Crane's Handicapped. Just so you know, most of these books are, you know, $5 range. If it's different than that, that's why I kind of tell you what the other prices are. Lizzie Borden, by Agnes de Mille. Again, this one I do not know. Could not find this particular published edition. This was another library book from a community school. But sometimes these can be worth some money. Oh yeah, this book. This is another one. Okay. Billy Joe Jive and the Case of the Missing Pigeons. Now I actually picked this up with the original intent with my daughter being a elementary school teacher of seeing if she'd be interested in it, until I happened to look it up. This is a first edition, 1978. That there's only one listed for $88. No, this was, sorry, I'm getting confused now with the other one. So let's talk about it. This one, The Litter Knight by Sid Hoff. This one, there's one listed for $88. And they're on eBay. There's another one on Amazon for $150. Now this particular one, the one that's listed for $88, is a former library edition that has the library markings in it, and it has, it said some pencil marks. This particular one has no marking on it. It's actually in very good condition. First edition, 1970. The only real issue I can find is this corner where the cover's been bent or tore a little bit, and then there's a little bit of staining on the edges, a little bit of wrinkling on the back. But otherwise, the book is in excellent condition, especially the interior pages, and the binding is good. So we found a winner here, $80+ Not sure why that one is worth so much, but and this one, again, I'm trying to remember. I was really surprised. This one, maybe it was $50 on this one. I don't remember, but I was really surprised this one was listed. But again, I think it's because, oh, I remember now. Sorry. I have my moments. There was one sold. There's one listed for $50, one sold for $15. That's what it was. So, and because these are, there's not many, I'm sure that's why that one is listed for $50, because there's not many. That's the only one listed right now. This one I picked up for my wife. Vegetable Friends. My vegetable lady. So that'll go home with me. Picked up this one, The Making of a President, 1960. This book is a Pulitzer Prize winner, it says. That's fun. Some more children's books. Picked up 3 Beatrix Potter. Now these are modern publications of these. But again, with Easter coming up, look at those colors. They're perfect for Easter. Easter displays or Beatrix Potter fans. Again, I picked this one up because of Easter coming up. The Friendly book with the bunnies and the kitty and the kids. Golden Press, 1954. This is not one of the later reprints, and is actually in really good condition. Actually, it is a later reprint. Sorry. Usually they list it on here, but so they just listed the original copyright. This is a later reprint. Part of the reason you can tell is because it's 89 cents. This one is also 89 cents. The monster at the end of this book. So the 80, if they're, it's kind of like comic books. You got, you know, you can date them by the pricing. These being 89 cents were from the 1970s. That's when they would have been published. 70s to 80s. Even if it says, yeah, this one is copyright renewed in 1971, even though the original copyright was 1943. This is the 28th printing in 1982. This is the lively little rabbit. Easter. And this one, I bought this one. Cars, because I'm a car lover. Had to buy that. This one's 1973. Oh my. Big cars, little cars. Wizard of Oz. All these little golden books are fun. The Wizard of Oz, 1975. Dr. Seuss book. Hooper Humperdinck, not him. I love that. Book Club edition, 1976, original copyright. Yep, so this one I think is an original edition. Sam and the Firefly. I could read it all by myself. I remember this book as a kid. 1958. Beginner book. What a fun little book. Pokey little puppy. Oh. And then the last but not least, the Elves and the Shoemaker. This is the second copy I picked up of this one. This is the 1983 edition. And what I try to do is pick up ones that do not have, you know, like names or other writing in them. Because a lot of them are written in, you know, which they were designed to be. But it's a little better if they're not written in. But anyway, that's our haul for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.